Hi everybody, this is Tenacious Baseball League, and this is May 26th in the virtual date of 2016. And I'm going to do one more game for this game day. This is the final game of May 26th. It's Pittsburgh against the Los Angeles Angels. These teams are coming off a doubleheader, and so this is the final game of their three-game series. We're getting pretty close to the halfway mark now. There's going to be one more series for each team. Now, two teams still have to play the final game of the eighth series of their season. So they have four teams have one more game, and then they'll play the ninth series. And all 10 teams will play their ninth series, and that will reach the halfway point, which will be sort of like the heading downhill mark for the season. But anyway, Pittsburgh has breakout star Jameson Taillon pitching here for them. This will be his first start within my simulation here. Finally kind of got to the point where he was introduced, and so we're bringing him in. Nick Tropiano just came off an injury for the Angels, and he will get the start for the team in red. So let's get going to this game. It's going to be Pittsburgh and Los Angeles. Pittsburgh trouncing LA in the previous game. We'll see if the Angels can come back and get them here in this one. Okay, so as you can see here, Pittsburgh's lineup is going to be Jordy Mercer at short, Starling Marte in left, Gregory Polanco in right, Andrew McCutchen center field, John Jaso first base. David Freese third base. Eric Kratz will be the catcher as Francisco Cervelli is still injured. Josh Harrison second base, and Jameson Taillon will be pitching. And we will get the American League Los Angeles. The night game. Get the ballpark effects. That's a 5, so that will be good effects. So it's going to be ballpark singles will be 1 to 4 successful for both sides of the plate, and then 8s for both sides for the ballpark home run chances. So some decent opportunity here for home runs on this night. Okay, so Tropiano. Give you real quick dead on him. 3-2 thus. Wait, no, that's in real life. In the simulation, you're 0-1 with a 7 ERA. He has 2 games started until he got injured, and about a 9 hits per 9, 2.11 on the WHIP. So not so good so far. All right, so here we go with Mercer against Tropiano. And 6'11", boy, if that had been Taillon pitching first, that would have been an injury right off the bat. But Tropiano is a 6'8" guy, so actually more common role than the 6'11". But anyway, 6'11" against a righty is going to be a ballpark single chance. And the 1 to 4, and it's a 3, so Mercer gets a board. Brings up Starling Marte. Righty 4-6, 1 to 2 would be a single. It's a 20, so it's a liner to second base. That's 1 out. Gregory Polanco. Runner at first. Lefty 4-5. Grounder to shortstop. Could be 2. Gregorio Petit. They're not holding Mercer on. So 3E19. 3-2. That's going to be a single. That will not be an error, but that's a single with double check. It was a 2, so that's 2 base advance. So first and third with one out, brings up Andrew McCutcheon. Tropiano really good at holding runners, so, and Perez good with an arm, so they're not going to try and move Polanco here. One out, first and third. They're going to play infield back for the double play. 5-10 against a righty. That's a fly ball to, well, it's not a fly ball to center. That would be a ballpark single chance again. 1-4. It's a 5. That's a liner to short. Keeps it on the infield. No chance for any run to score, so it's going to be Jaso. 2 down. That's a 3-8, and a 3-8 is a big shot here. Might glance off the wall, or it might go over. 1-4 home run. It's a 17. That's a double. It's going to score Mercer for sure. Polanco heads to third. They're going to send him, and the Angels are going to try to throw him out. So this is to center, so Trout got a -1 arm, and it's Polanco. He's 15. He gets a... They were not... Wait, where are they holding him on? They were, so we'll subtract 1. That makes him 14, but then you add 2 because it was 2 outs. So that makes it 16, and then subtract 1 for... So it's 1-15 for Trout. And we would say it would be 4-6-2 if it's successful, but it's got a 1-15 chance of being safe, and it's good. And we're going to say Jaso holds at second, but that's a 2-run double for John Jaso, and the Pirates take a 2-0 lead. Runner at second, David Freese. That's a 3-5. Well, he's going to walk, so Tropiano. 3 hits and a walk. Kind of having a rough start to the inning here. Start to the game. Here's Eric Kratz, who as long as it's a hitter card roll, and it's not, it's 5-9 righty, but that's a strikeout to end the inning. So 2 runs over, and I'll meet you back at the bottom half of the first. 2-0 Pirates. All right, so the Angels already in a hole here. They're going to have to try and come back here against Tyone, and it's going to be this lineup for Los Angeles. It'll be Yunel Escobar at third base to lead off, and then Gregorio Petit at short, and Mike Trout in center. The Millville Meteor, as some of the fans out here on the East Coast like to call him. C.J. Cron at first, Carlos Perez catching. Johnny Giavotella second base, Shane Robinson in left, Daniel Nava in right, and Tropiano, if he can get to that first at bat before getting pulled, he will bat ninth. So here is Escobar. 5-8 fly ball to right field, and that'll be caught by Polanco. Brings up Petit. That's a 2-4 grounder to shortstop. Up with it, Mercer. Calm throw and makes the play. So now 2 outs. Mike Trout at the plate. Another 5-8. That's another fly ball to right, and that will end the inning as Polanco squeezes it. No runs, no hits, no errors. Okay, so we're going to start off with the 8-hole hitter for the second inning. And I'm going to get my shot here just right. Okay, so Harrison leads off. 4-9 ballpark home run chance. He's weak power, but it's going to be a 1-8 single chance. And a 7. Boy, everything's going the Pirates' way here. That's a single. Brings up Tyone, who is a B bunter, so they will play in, and that's going to make him C. Oops, that's a 7 on the D20. That's an 11. Ooh, that's not very good on a C. Let's see. That leads to 1 and 2. So he fouls it. See if he can get it down this time. That is now a 5. C5 is a successful sacrifice. It'll be the third baseman. So let's say 5-4 because since the first baseman was charging to try and cover. Okay, 1 out. So, and for those of you who wonder how do you know it's third baseman, it's based on the white die 6. There's a code on your super advanced rules to help you sort that out. So Mercer with Harrison in scoring position, 1 for 1 with runs scored. That's a 4-4. That's a shortstop grounder. Not behind the runner though, so it's going to be a play for Petit again. 3-E19, 3 and 15. He gets to it, and the play is made. Runner cannot advance. And so Starling Marte started off with a liner in the first, and so now a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. 1-7, and that's going to score a run. Double is a 1-2. It's a 5. That's a single though. He's able to hit it over the infield and into green grass, and that's going to make it 3-0 as Harrison comes around, touches home plate, and now Marte, a really good steal threat normally, but we're probably going to, you know, with 2 outs, let's give him a shot here. See if we can get a lead. This is not great, not the greatest of odds, but see, a 6, he is able to get the lead. Now he's got to go. So that's what you add these together. That's 6, and it's up on these numbers here. 2 through 6, and also 12 means he gets a lead. So now 19 minus 2 is 17, and then you subtract 5 because it's minus 6 for Tropiano, and Perez is minus 2. So the cap for that is 5. So you take 17 minus 5 is a 1-12. It's only a 60% chance. And he is thrown out. So caught stealing ends the inning. So worth a chance to try and get that guy in scoring position to get another run on 2 hits. And some might say you might have a better chance of getting 2 hits off of certain pitchers, and I would say you may be right, but hindsight's always 20/20, right? So we'll go to the bottom of the second. Tell you what, this Angels team is in last place, 8 and 15, and they just do not play very well, at least in the games I've seen. So here is Crone. 3-3 grounder at second base, and Harrison will convert that opportunity. Carlos Perez, righty 5-7, a grounder to second base. Harrison 2, E10, 2 and a 16 in there, and then an 8. He will make the play. Tries to go the other way, but hits it right to Harrison, and now it's Javatella. And it's a 2-8. 2-8's a grounder to first base. Jaso will take it to the bag himself, and 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the third. 3-0 Pittsburgh. They're trying to get ever so close to the first place teams, which I believe at the moment, actually I will tell you who the first place teams are. I'm going to take a moment here. So it is the Marlins, 15 and 8. So they would be a half a game behind if they win this game. The Pirates. Pirates are actually in second place with 14 and 9, and this would keep them a game ahead of the Mets if they are able to win this game. So well, I guess I need to pull this down a little bit more so you can see it. So now Polanco in the third singled and scored. That's a 3-8. That's a grounded to first base. And Crone will handle the duties himself and get the put out for the first out. McCutcheon, he's going to strike out. So after 2 outs, now we get Jaso, who had the big hit. 2-run double in the first. Got them their first 2 runs. And here is Jaso. And he's going to strike out. So Tropiano kind of calming down a little bit here. And he will hit for himself here probably. They really need him to go at least 5 because they're a little short in their bullpen right now. Doubleheader. Both teams could use their pitchers to have strong starts here. And Shane Robinson will be first. 2-12, he will be the first base runner with a walk. So, let's see. Tyone and Kratz is -1. Yeah, Robinson not the greatest of steal threats here. Nava coming up. There's 2-7. That's a sharp liner right at Jaso, and that will be an out. So it's going to bring up the pitcher spot and Tropiano. Pitcher's hitting card number 1. C bunter. It'll be D because they're going to play with the corners in. And a C8 is going to be a sacrifice, and that will be to the catcher being the one fielding that out in front of the plate. So a sac 2-4. Robinson moves into scoring position. That brings up Yunel Escobar. Chance to draw within 2 here. 5-5, and he strikes out to end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left at second base in scoring position. And we'll go to the 4th inning with the Pirates still ahead. (3-0), and it's going to be Freeze. Whoops. I just hit it again. Sorry about that, folks. 6'9" righty. 6'9" righty Tropiano puts one right down the middle, and Freeze bashes it, turns on it, and it is gone. Home run, David Freeze. At least 6'9" does not knock him out of the game, but it is a home run, and it's 4-0 Pirates. So solo home run leading off the 4th here for Freeze. And now it's Eric Kratz. There's a 5-9. That's a strikeout. Josh Harrison. Righty 5-4, grounded third base. Third baseman is Yunel Escobar. 4 and 5 is going to be a base hit, I believe. An E25. I'll double check the error check. It's not going to be an error, but 4 and 5 is a single. So the 7th hit of the game for the Pirates, and it's going to bring up Tyone. He will look to bunt again. Again, C with the infield playing in. C9 is a 1-2 again, so he Fouls off a couple pitches, and now it's with 1 and 2. Now he's either got to get it in play or it's going to be a foul out. That's a 7. That is a sacrifice. And again, that's to third base. And Harrison is advanced into scoring position for Mercer. 1 for 2. Three, 6, and that's a grounder right back to Tropiano. He will throw to first, and that will retire the side, but the solo home run from David Freese extends the lead to 4-0 for Pittsburgh. Looking like the Angels are going to be handed their 16th loss on the season. Unless they can mount a comeback here against Tyone, who is pitching quite economically. One batter above the minimum so far. Here is Petit. 2-3. That's a grounder to Harrison. Tough play, but he does make it, and that will be an out. So Mike Trout strikes out. And that's out number 2. 6-5 is a strikeout. And here is C.J. Crone. For 6, and he strikes out to end the inning. So the youngster for Pittsburgh is having a great first outing of this season. Looking really solid so far as we go to the 5th. Pirates in control, 4-0. So this is Tropiano's inning of weakness, and he might be able to get through the. They might get him into the 6th, but I kind of doubt it. 2-6 at the fly ball to left. Not too many out of the infield here in this for the Pirates. Like as far as everything has been flying over their heads, but that will be caught out there by Robinson for the first out. Polanco, lefty 4-8. That's a strikeout. So some strikeouts here. That's 5 for Tropiano. If you can limit the hits, that would be helpful for him. And McCutcheon, 3-9. That's another strikeout. So a couple of 1, 2, 3 innings for Tropiano along the way, but it's the big innings that have been the real problem. So still 4-0 Pittsburgh. Go to the home half. And it'll be Perez. Bottom of the 5th. 3-6. Oh boy, just misses a double. It's a line. It's diving catch by Jaso, and he is able to squeeze that first out. Giavatella. 1-4. Ballpark single. 1-4. And it's going to be a line or two short. Caught by Mercer. So 2 outs. Shane Robinson. 6-6 strikes him out to retire the side. And so we're through 5. It's 4-0 Pirates. All right, so top of the 6th, and Tropiano is going to get into the 6th inning. See if he can persist, because they have the pitcher spot coming up second in the bottom of the inning. 1-6 is going to be a 1-12 single for Jaso. It'll be his second hit of the ball game, but it's a 14, so that'll be a grounder to Escobar, and he will throw to first in time. Here's David Freese. A walk and a homer so far. Righty 4-4 grounder to shortstop. It's going to be Petite 3, 16 he gets to it, and a 7. I think he still makes the play. He's an E19, and that's an out. So 2 outs. Brings up Kratz. 5-5 strikes him out, and a good inning for Tropiano. So still 4-0 Pittsburgh. And now a decision. Well, I think they're going to have to go for it. They're going to only need 3 innings worth of pitching. So let's see. They're going to go ahead and get Jose Alvarez warming up the Angels, and they're going to pinch hit for Tropiano. So Nava to lead off here in the 6th. 5-4, catcher X. Oh wait, yeah, catcher X. Catcher is Kratz 3, E1. So I just got to get the 3 and 7. It's a pop-up as long as there's no error, and it's not. So that's a pop-up caught by Kratz, and that's 1 out. And so now the Angels will pinch hit. And it will be Ji-Man to face Tyone. And remember, as of right now, only 1 base runner to reach. 3-5, that's a walk, so that's the 2nd base runner. Choi, he could steal, but they need multiple runs, so he's going to hang on. Here's Escobar. Runner at first, 3-7. That's going to be a tailor-made ground ball double play to Harrison, over to Mercer, then to Jaso. 4-6-3, and that retires the side. So they get another base runner, but then squandered by the perfect ground ball opportunity. Escobar puts it on the ground, and that retires the side. So through 6, still 4-0, and things are looking pretty sweet for the Pittsburgh starting pitcher at the moment. All right, so it's going to be Jose Alvarez, lefty, righty, actually, not lefty. Okay, so Harrison will face Alvarez. Got to look from the left-handed side of the hitter's card. When it goes 1-8 is a pop out to Giavatella for the first out. Tyone, he's not coming out yet. He will hit for himself here. Batting from the right side. 5-6, he strikes out. And so with 2 outs, it'll be Jordy Mercer. 1-5, that's a fly ball to left, and that will be caught out there by Robinson. 1-2-3 inning. They may use Alvarez for another inning here, so especially with a couple of lefties in the works. So we shall see. But we're going to the bottom of the 7th. It's the stretch, and it's going to be up near the top of the order. Facing Tyone for the 3rd time. It's going to be Petite. 2-6, that's a strikeout. 1 out, Mike Trout. Not often he's 0 for 2. Seems. 5-12, that's a grounder to first. Jaso 4E10. Can you get a high roll here? You need it to be. You need it to be a 7 or above, and it's a 9. So now, as long as the E10 doesn't come up as an error, no base runners, that's a 12. That is going to be a good play. Say 3-1. That is a big dodge there for Tyone. 2 outs. C.J. Crone. Another big bat in the lineup here. 3-9. Grounded to the pitcher, and through 7. 2 base runners so far, and it's still Pittsburgh 4-0. At the very least, a shutout. At most, you can probably make heads or tails of what's going on. So the Angels are going to have Bedrosian warming up just in case they need it. So it'll be Alvarez against Marte. Actually, they're gonna call to the pen right now. They're not gonna go Alvarez for 2. They're gonna go with Bedrosian right off the bat here. So we'll be right back. Okay, top of the 8th, and it's Marte against Bedrosian. Righty 6-9. That's a grounder to Petit. 3E19. 3-20. He gets to this one, and he will successfully complete the putout. And it'll be Polanco. 2-5. He'll draw a walk. And Bedrosian, and so you're probably not gonna be stealing here. McCutcheon, maybe with 2 outs, we'll try. McCutcheon against Bedrosian. That's a 5-4. Grounded to third base. Escobar 4E25. 4-10. Runner hold not being any effect here, so it's a G3. Runner will advance as long as he doesn't. Oh, and it's a 17. He might be making an error. He does. E25. That's a 2-base error. So that's going to be an E5, and Polanco is going to end up all the way to third base. And so now they're going to play with the infield in against Jaso. Four, 5 against a lefty. That is trouble. 1-4 a double. It's a 20 a single, but that's going to score 2, and it's now 6-0. Four RBI on the day for John Jaso. Big error by Escobar would have limited the damage. Now David Freese with runner at first and 1 away. That's a strikeout. And now Eric Kratz. Ooh, the old 6-12 roll. That's a grounder to shortstop, and the play will be made, which retires the side, but 2 more runs for the Pirates, and it's now 6-0. Going to the bottom of the 8th. So let's keep her going here. Things are pretty interesting. It's going to be Perez, followed by Javatel and Robinson, and they do have hitters on the bench. They've got Pujols they can try and bring in here at some point. So here's Perez against Tyone. 1-9. That's a fly ball in the left field. That'll be caught by Marte. Crowd getting frustrated here at Angel Stadium, but they also can sense that there's something going on here. Javatella. 4-9. Oh boy, that is the one. 1-13 would be a home run. It's a double otherwise, and this is going to end the no-hit bid. It is a double, so the shutout's still intact, but that is the first hit of the game for the Angels. So 7 1/3, and the coach, pitching coach, goes out to talk to his starter after such a Javatella got a good piece of that and just wanted to sort of reassure him everything's okay, just keep on a pitching. So here is Robinson with runner at second. Five, 8 from the right side, fly ball to right field, caught by Polanco. They're going to pinch hit for Nava here. They're going to bring in Jeffrey Marty. Figure why not with runner in scoring position here. Try and maybe have a chance at clawing their way back to this game. Maybe sensing Tyone is tiring a little bit here. So 2 outs. It's a 1-7. That's a grounder to short. That will end the inning. So that's no runs on a hit, and the first hit of the game. And yeah, I think so. The Angels are going to go back to their pen. They're going to bring in Salas here. So give me a second here while I notate my sheet. Okay, so they're going to let Tyone hit, I believe. See if he can get a complete game here. Here's Harrison. 3-7, grounder to short. That's 1 out. Pitcher spot. You know what? They're going to get Melanson up and they're going to pinch hit. That's a long time to use the pitcher. He's right on the edge. He's you know what? They're going to let him hit. He can rest. There's a 6-12. That's a fly ball in the left field and caught by... Oh, I forgot to make changes, so bear with me. I'll be right back. Okay, just so you know what my changes were. Marte stayed in the game and is playing in left. And Shane Robinson drifted over from left to right field. So just a little bit of a switch there. And so the left field, the ball put into play by Tyone was caught by Marte in left. And here's Mercer now with 2 outs. There's 6-6 righty. That's going to be a pop out. Caught by Petit. And so Tyone, see if he can get 3 more outs here. We will probably give him to Trout. If anybody gets on before Trout, we will probably pull the plug and bring in Melanson to close it out here, even though it's not a save situation. Okay, it'll be Pujols getting a pinch hit opportunity right now. Here is Albert. 6-6, he strikes out. That's 1 out. That's a big out there. Now the top of the order would be Escobar. Nine. That's a ground ball to short. Wow, how about that for luck? Mercer grabs it, throws to first in time. Anything else in that 2 column is pretty much a hit. And you hit that 1, 2-9, which was the problem child. And Petit now, last chance, the 29th batter that Tyone has faced. That's a 4-7 grounder to shortstop, up with Mercer. He throws to first in time, and that is a complete game shutout for Jamison Tyone in his initial appearance here in the TBL. A 6-0 victory for the Pirates here at Angel Stadium. What a pitching effort there from Tyone. 29 batters. I think that's, I don't know how many complete games he had in real life. 5-4 record in that season, and 104 innings and 18 starts. So I don't know. I think he did a pretty good job. You end up with one hit for the Angels. So yeah, that will be it. So we can put a 9.0 right there for Tyone, and he gets a big old W. The loss will go to Tropiano, and no save necessary. So we'll be right back with some closing thoughts in just a moment. Okay, well, I thought maybe I had that rarity, which was a no-hitter. But you know, it's tough to really talk much about it because I like to do things like the announcers do, and a lot of the announcers treat a potential no-hit bid as you'll jinx it if you mention it, blah, 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 blah. So I tried not to mention it too much, just tried to sort of allude to the fact that he was pitching near the minimum and only had a couple base runners, et cetera, et cetera. But in the end, Johnny Giavotella breaks up the no-hit bid in the 8th inning. Still a great outing from Tyone. I actually have him right now in my fantasy league in real life. So he's turning into a pretty good pitcher for the Pirates, and we'll see how his career continues. But as you can see in this one right here, you've got the Angels bottoming out. They are now 8-16, which is I guess that's 333 probably. I think that's right. So not a very good deal for them thus far this season, but they have time to turn it around. They haven't gotten very good pitching. Granted, in this game, if you don't score a run, you're probably you're definitely not going to win. So for the Pirates, they continue to play well, and they are now a half game behind, as I mentioned before. I'll show you the standings as we close out the video here. Half game behind the Miami Marlins. Let's see, Pittsburgh will host the Mets in their next series. Mets also near the top of the standings. So Pittsburgh, let me see, did they sweep they did. They swept the Angels. 11-7 first game, 15-5 the second game, and now this one a 6-0 shutout. So they did it against the team they should. The bottom feeder, they take them to task, and so they will be facing the Mets. The Angels get a day off, and then they will make their way to Comerica. They will face the Tigers for 3 games, which is going to be a matchup between a couple of teams at the bottom of the standings. So could be interesting. I'm interested to see if the Angels can climb their way out. Who ends up being... That's another thing that's kind of interesting about the Tenacious League in my book, is you not only get to see who might be a dark horse that maybe didn't have the best record in their division, but ends up in this circumstance having a better record or a better winning percentage or whatever. Maybe they make the playoffs, but you also get a team maybe that was maybe a part of a weaker division who kind of got buttressed a little bit by having some weak competition. So that's also something that interests me a bit. So thanks for watching. Appreciate all the support we get here on the channel. It is Easter Sunday. I'm going to upload this tonight and hopefully have it out before bedtime so some of you can start watching it. Maybe a few others catch it in the morning. All of you out there who celebrate Easter, happy Easter. If you don't, happy Sunday. Happy Monday if you're watching this on Monday. If you could subscribe to our channel, we'd really appreciate it. That's about it. Pirates win 6-0, complete game shutout for Pittsburgh as they look to try and get right to the top of the Tenacious Baseball League. And here will be the box score and some standings to finish out this video. Until next time, keep on rolling and have a great one, everybody.